Alrighty, so we have the video for Sagittarius. Now we're here to do the reading for Sagittarius for December 2025 Love Edition. We're going to go ahead and use for today's live stream the black and white Rider-Waite tarot deck. So I hope you guys enjoy the images and the messages just as much as I hope I will. So let's go ahead and start off with the reading. I did divide the reading into a few sections. So, and before we do that, let's go ahead and connect to Instagram because I got to do that manually. Sorry about that, guys. Give me a second. So while I'm doing that, I'm going to explain how I'm going to do the reading. So we're going to start off with reading for the X. Then we're going to go to those who are single. Then we're going to go for those who are in a situationship or those who are in an on-again, off-again relationship. For those who are newly involved or who will meet somebody new in the month of December, we're going to talk about those people as well. And then at the end, we're going to talk to those who are married or those who are in a committed relationship. For those who Sagittarius folk who are in a committed relationship or who are married, you're going to be having your reading towards the end. And of course, if you guys are looking to have a $5 reading, I will be doing the $5 readings at the end. So stay tuned. You are more than welcome to go ahead and submit your payment right now, and we'll answer the question at the end of this live stream. Okay, so once again, like I said, we're going to use this black and white Rider-Waite tarot deck because it doesn't get washed out here since I'm using a green screen. So certain colors get washed out when I use my green screen. So let's go ahead and see what the cards have to say for the X. So for those who are going to be wanting to hear about the X, let's see. What do we have for the X for Sagittarius for the month of December 2025? Let's see. What do we have for the X for the month of December 2025? What do we have for the X for the month of December 2025? Alrighty, let's see. What do we have for the X for the month of, or what information do we have, universe, from the X? Any information, anything we need to know, or maybe not even need to know, just out of curiosity. Any information about the X in the month of December 2025 for us Sagittarius folk. I'm saying us as if I were a Sagittarius. I'm not, but I do have a lot of Sagittarius placements in my chart, and I do have Venus in Sagittarius. All right. I very much act like one. So we have right here Ace of Cups reversed, Seven of Wands, Three of Wands reversed, Knight of Cups reversed, Seven of Pentacles, Nine of Swords, Two of Swords reversed, Five of Swords. One second here. My lighting. There you go. Okay. So Five of Swords. So Two of Swords reversed, Five of Swords reversed, the Hermit reversed, and we end the reading with the Magician. Let's see what's in the bottom. Three of Swords in reverse. So the Three of Swords in reverse talks to me about how there was a breakup, a separation, and now there's resentment. Okay, first there was pain, there was sorrow, and now there is resentment. Because it's in the past and passing, it seemed like there was a relationship or a situationship that plateaued, a relationship that headed nowhere, and it kind of just headed towards a dead end. Why? Because, yeah, again, they're talking, the cards here are saying, are kind of mentioning that you know, the reason why things didn't work out is because it wasn't going anywhere in the first place. And now both of y'all are hiding your feelings. So it went from you being kind of sort of involved, I guess, to say the least, with somebody. It plateaued. It didn't go anywhere. It kind of just stopped. And now we are hiding our feelings. Things are not progressing with someone. It kind of was like almost a thing where it was on the beginning stages and it just never developed from there. That's what I'm seeing for you guys. And this can be also a thing about an old flame, an old fling. It doesn't necessarily have to be someone that you were committed with before. And now your challenge here is you want to defend yourself. You want to stand up for yourself. You want to be your own best advocate in this situation, because I feel like this relationship will, or this situation is going to bring you a lot of anxiety. Why do you feel like you need to stand up for yourself or, you know, fight against this person? Because this person brought you pain. Again, this reading is about resentment. Okay? This reading here is about resentment. And the reason why this didn't go anywhere, especially if there was somebody here who had Sagittarius in their chart or water and Jupiter in their chart, if this is another Sagittarius, or if this is about you, a Sagittarius. Point is that someone here falls out of love just as quickly as how they fall in love. Okay. So it's almost like it's saying right here that this reading is about resentment because you were involved with someone who fell out of love just as quickly as how they fell in love with you. And this happened all in the beginning stages of the relationship. So it seemed like this all happened while you guys were still in the honeymoon phase with this person, and it just never developed. And now you feel like you want to argue with this person, or you want to take an active approach, be your own best advocate, defend yourself, because this person left you hurt. Okay, there's resentment here. And this is something you've thought about. And I feel like in the month of December, a lot of you guys are going to make the decision to say something about that. But I do feel like this person is going to avoid you, or they're going to try their best to stay diplomatic. Okay. But I do see this whole thing is going to bring you a lot of anxiety, and maybe just the idea of reaching out to this person. I kind of just see this thing where it's like you're about to text this person, but you're already feeling anxious. You're already feeling nervous. Hopes, fears, and or advice while you're hoping for them to reach out, especially if this is a Virgo or another Sagittarius like yourself. But so a lot of you guys could be involved with another Sagittarius, an Aries, and also a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. I'm seeing big time Aries. I'm seeing another Sagittarius for you guys, and I'm seeing Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. But point is, I am seeing a thing where it's like a relationship plateaued. I'm seeing resentment. This relationship didn't go anywhere because someone fell out of love for you, just as how they fell in love with you. And now I'm seeing anxiety over reaching out to this person. I'm seeing there's a message. And for a lot of you, this could be you reaching out to the other person. If the other person is a Sagittarius or a Virgo, you're hoping that this person reaches out to you. But we end the reading with the Magician, and I'm putting a clarifier for that, and I got the Tower. I mean, the Ten of Swords, not the Tower, the Ten of Swords. So it's almost like it's saying right here then, leaving the month of December going into January, we're going to be feeling very positive. We're going to be feeling really good about ourselves. I'm almost taking this as like a tit for tat. I'm almost taking this as like you guys are going to go out of your way and get revenge. And your revenge is through success, which I love. I love your revenge is through success. Your revenge, the way you're going to show your revenge is by guarding yourself, being your own best advocate, and putting that energy onto yourself, improving and becoming a better version of yourself. And I feel like for a lot of you, this revenge is going to serve as a form of betrayal from towards this person. I see them feeling backstabbed or betrayed or let down, and that instead makes you feel a lot better about yourself. Okay, that's a wonderful reading. Let's see for the singles. Let's see, what do we have for our single folks? Let's see, what do we have for a single, for our single folks here. For our Sagittariuses who don't really care so much about the ex, don't have anybody new, just curious of what's going on, what's in store for December 2025. What about those Sagittarius universe? What do you have to say to them? What do you have to say to them? What information do you have for our single and looking Sagittarius folks? We're healing. We're still crying over spilt milk. So we still got some singles here who are crying over spilt milk because we're waiting for something to happen here. Are we waiting for someone's return, or are we waiting for a relationship to manifest, and that hasn't happened. I feel like this is more the first one, the first instead of the latter. I feel like a lot of you guys are waiting for someone's return. I'm really getting that energy, that kind of reading here, and especially with the Four of Swords in reverse. You guys haven't heard from this person for a very long time. And it seems like your challenge is judgment. I do feel like if there is a conversation with this person in the future, there will possibly be an argument or some form of confrontation. And that's what you're coming up against if you do feel tempted to reach out to this person. Okay? So I'm seeing a thing where someone here is tired of waiting about something. Okay? Someone here is tired of waiting and is now trying to act upon their dissatisfactions. Okay? We're dwelling over the past. And we're confronted by a battle of the wits, if you will, a confrontation that could be on the horizon. And it seems like, yeah, there was just a lot of waiting, a lot of thinking. So I'm saying just a lot of waiting, thinking, and tired of waiting. It's almost caused you to see life in a way that you're almost seeing life through a harsh lens. Life's a bitch and then you die. You know, that's kind of like the energy of the Queen of Swords. Well, guess what? Life's a bitch and then you die. Have you ever heard cynical people talk like that? I mean, life can be a bit of a bitch, but come on. Like, you know, it's not that bad. And that's kind of like Queen of Swords representing the self, you, Sagittarius. So it seems like there is a thing here where we're seeing life through a harsh lens. We've been waiting for someone, even prior to December. We've been waiting for a return or for something from this person. What are you waiting for? Are you waiting for this person to return? Yes, because they walked away. Either they walked away or they moved, or they probably moved abroad, maybe overseas. And you're waiting and you're hurt and you're faced with a confrontation. If you guys do ever talk again, if there hasn't been any reaching out or any conversations, is because people here are too worried to do that. It seems like people are more just wanting to keep their cards close to their chest more than anything here. And I am seeing a lot of anxiety and a lot of depression because of this. Why? Because you want cooperation from this person and you're not seeing it. You want cooperation from this person and you're not seeing it. But at the same time, I feel like if you do even bother to have confrontation with this person, they're only going to justify their actions. They don't care about taking accountability. But if you don't reach out to this person, there won't be any communication. But if you do, for those who will, this person is only going to justify their actions. They only care about themselves. They could be ruled by the sun, or they could have lots of sun placements, which means that they really only just think about themselves. Okay? Hopes, fears, and or advice. You do have the Three of Swords. I think this is more of an advice. Let it die. Okay? Let it die. Feel the pain and move on. And then with the Four of Pentacles ending the reading, leaving December, going into January, this is basically telling me here you're going to choose to be your own best advocate and you're going to protect yourself. You're going to guard that beautiful heart of yours. Okay? All righty. So let's go ahead and see what we have for our situationships. For those who are in a friend with benefits kind of situation, or you guys don't really have a label here, but it's definitely a situation. On again, off again relationships as well. Let's see what information we have for you. And once again, if you are interested in a $5 tarot reading, you are more than welcome to go ahead and submit a payment now, and we will answer your question afterwards. Right now, we're just going to answer for situationships, on again, off again, relationships. Then we're going to go to newly involved, or for those who will meet somebody new in December. What information do we have for you folks? And then at the end, before we start with the $5 tarot readings, we'll talk to those who are in a committed relationship or who are living with someone, married with somebody here. Okay, so for our situationships, make sure that, yeah, some of you guys are going to be dealing, yeah, this is like going to be more like an on again, off again thing. An inconsistent relationship. Make sure that you don't put more than your own part, which I feel like you guys are going to you guys know that already. You guys won't do more than your part anyway. I see somebody returning, and that's going to be your obstacle here. Dealing with this person who will return once again. But I do feel like you're going to still put your part, but you're not going to do any more than that. The thing is that I feel like even prior to December, you're already going to do this self-therapy stuff. And this doesn't mean necessarily going to a therapist. You can, but I'm kind of just seeing you guys doing this thing where you're starting to tell yourself, you know what, I deserve better. Okay, I deserve better. So it seems like you guys are kind of take on this attitude of like, you know what, I deserve better. I know what I want. And I know it's definitely a lot more than what this person has given me before. And then we come into the month of December. We are confronted with this obstacle of someone returning, someone who left, returning. And now you're in this place where you're just like, I'm just going to do my part. I'm only going to just do my 50, but I'm not going to overextend myself for this person. But for some reason, and the reason why this is all happening, the reason why this person return is because I think that they were desperate for attention. I think that it's because you didn't bother to reach out. You didn't do any of that. And now they're thirsty for your attention, and they came back. Okay. But I'm seeing a lot of pessimism. A lot of pessimism in this situation. Why is there pessimism here? Because we're not getting to the bottom of things. We're not confronting things. We're not talking about things. So it seems like this person returns. You put your part, but someone here is but both parties are not they, the white elephant is in the room. We're just not addressing it, right? And now with the King of Cups in reverse in the near future. Hi, JM Funk. Thank you so much for coming. Don't forget to follow here on Twitch. And thank you for being here. And then with the King of Cups in reverse, it's almost like it's saying that now it's going to get to a point where you're going to start thinking to yourself, is this person seeing somebody else? You're going to start wondering what this person is up to, if they're seeing somebody else. And for a lot of you, I've seen you guys jumping into conclusions, but if you guys are dating a water sign, or if this person from your past that's returning is a water sign, a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, then all of a sudden you see them interrogating you. You will see them asking you questions about you maybe possibly dating someone or seeing somebody else. The thing is that I feel like even though this person has returned, you know that this is either one over, or this is never going to be something formal, a formal, conventional relationship. But for some reason, this person is quite distraught, anxious, and depressed. And I feel like this person does stress out about you. So this could be the person that's going to be interrogating you, questioning you a lot, seeing if you're seeing somebody else. But the thing is that we're not getting to the bottom of things. Hopes, fears, and or advice. It is telling me right here that I feel like this is more of an advice, and this is telling you that you need to protect yourself, guard your heart, because you are a sensitive soul, Sagittarius. Okay, when people tend to hurt you, when in the past you've had experiences of people disappointing you, or just relationships that haven't ended in, I guess, in a great way, in a happily ever after way. It's almost like you start over. It destroys you. So take care of that poor, delicate heart of yours. Okay? Guard it and only give it to those who matter, or to that person that matters, right? But the thing is that I feel like even though you recognize that this won't ever be a relationship, and and you've known even prior to December that you deserve better, you know more, you guys are not getting into the bottom of things, for some reason we are still unable to move forward on our next chapter in our lives. Okay, so it seems like even leaving December, going into January, we're not going to hop into this new chapter, or at least we're still not going to fully let this die, let this go, so that we can fully be present into the new phase, into the new chapter in our lives. We are in the new chapter already. It's just this person comes back and it kind of just becomes a distraction. And this person only just wants attention. They only came back because you didn't. Okay? Let's see what we have for those who are newly involved or who will meet somebody new. Once again, if you guys are interested in a $5 tarot reading, you are more than welcome to send a donation through PayPal or Cash App. You will find that information down below, and I will answer your questions after the committed portion of the reading, which would be after this. Okay, so let's see. For those who will meet somebody new, or who have already met somebody new, let's see what we have for y'all. Okay. Let's see what we have for our Sagittarius folks who will meet someone new in December, or who have already met somebody new. What do we have for them? What predictions do we have for the month of December 2025? We're getting to know each other. We're trading stories. We're getting to know each other. We're building rapport. And that seems to be the focus, especially if you guys are newly involved with an earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, which is actually fairly normal to see, though, a person of those signs to take their time and to kind of just go in the present. And your challenge here is to stay positive, because the more you stay positive and you focus on the idea that you have the tools and the qualifications to manifest the outcome that you want in this relationship, which that will mean maybe you got the looks, maybe you already know this person is quite smitten over you. With those two cards, it's almost like it's saying, like, you're getting to know someone, you're building that rapport, you're trading stories, you're getting to know someone, and your challenge here is to stay positive and to remember that you have the tools and the qualifications to manifest the outcome that you want with this person. You got the charm, you got the looks, Sagittarius, okay? You got the charisma, you have it. Use it. Okay. And the reason why this is all happening, well, it seems like your love life wasn't all that awesome prior to this. It seems like it almost felt like it wasn't going anywhere. But what's known to be true is that someone here tends to be a bit stoic. Someone here tends to not be not be like a water sign where they wear their heart on their sleeves and just be just ultra, gushy and emotional, right? I think because this is a person who takes their time, expect them to not show a lot of emotion right away. They might even come off quite cold, and it might give you mixed signals. And yeah, like, I'm just kind of seeing a thing where, like, yeah, in the past, prior to December, there was an ex who tried coming back. I'm seeing that a little bit, but now I'm seeing that there's somebody new. Your challenge here is to stay positive and use your tools and your qualifications to manifest the outcome that you want. So if you really want this person, you really want a relationship with this person, well, put your best foot forward, okay? But I do feel like moving forward, I do see secrets. I do see deception here. Does that mean that they're going to be involved with somebody else? No, but they're still going to be thinking about somebody from their past. I don't think that they will have somebody else, but I do think that they will still be sprung over an ex, okay? Or someone from their past. I feel like for you, when it comes to judgment in reverse, I think I'm just seeing this thing where you want to get to know this person. Yeah, like I'm seeing something about somebody returning eventually. Yeah, like I'm just seeing this thing about somebody returning eventually. I'm going to see if it's someone returning to your partner, Sagittarius. Ah, is it somebody that's returning to you, Sagittarius? Is it somebody that's returning to you, an ex of yours? No. So is this an ex of theirs that's returning? Yes. And because we have the Two of Swords, they're going to two-time you. I mean, the Two of Pentacles, they're going to two-time you. Okay. So I'm seeing a thing where I see a possible reunion probably before December 2025. But then you meet somebody new. This person from the past it's not going to go anywhere. Okay, it's not going to go anywhere. But then you meet someone new, and we're building rapport. We're getting to know the person, and it seems quite well. It seems like it's doing well, but the thing is that with the Magician, you just have to make sure you stay positive. One thing that might throw you off is that this person isn't the type to show a lot of emotion right away. They tend to be very stoic. But then I feel like as we progress and as we move forward, I see deception, or I see something here that's not being told to you. And I feel like an ex is going to return to them eventually towards the end. But I feel like while you're dating them, like I think they're going to be thinking about the ex. But then towards the end of December, going into January, I see an ex of theirs return, and I see them two-timing you. Okay. It is telling me right here, though, that you are worried that this isn't going to pick up. You are worried that this isn't going to pick up. And it almost seems like you want to talk about that. It almost seems like you want to talk about that. I feel like they're going to try their very best to not give you any inkling or any clue that they're still thinking about an ex. It seems like they don't want you to be aware of that at all. Like they don't want you to know that at all, that they're still thinking about an ex, that they're still holding hope for an ex. It seems like they don't even know that. Hopes, fears, and or advice. You do have the Fool. You need to trust yourself in the process. If you really want this person, you can win. You can win. But the cards are saying you have to really play your cards right. Okay? Alrighty, so let's go ahead and see what we have for those who are in a committed relationship. Let's see for those who are in a committed relationship. What do we have for our Sagittarius folk who are in a committed relationship? What information, universe, do you have for our folks who are in a committed relationship? Let's see. Let's see. And one more shuffle, one more shuffle. Alrighty, so let's see for those who are in a committed relationship. For some reason, we're having a really hard time getting along with this person, and it's almost getting to a point where you're starting to think that it won't work out. Okay, and with the Six of Cups in reverse, I do feel like this is a soul contract of some kind. I do feel like this is or was a soulmate, or is a soulmate, because you guys are, this is a committed relationship, but either you guys took a break or there was a separation, or you guys will take a break in the month of December. Let me just go ahead and pull out all the cards. So we have Six of Cups in reverse, Knight of Pentacles in reverse, Nine of Cups, Ace of Swords, Page of Cups in reverse, Eight of Cups in reverse. So yeah, it seems like some of you guys have taken a break, or there was a separation. For those who are in a committed relationship, or for those who are married to someone, there was either a break, or someone here moved out, or there was a separation. I do think that someone here is going to return, though. We have the Eight of Cups in reverse, okay? I know I skipped around, but for those who are wondering, there it is, okay? I digress. All right, so the cards are telling me right here that prior to December, someone here came out of that dreamlike state. It seemed like someone here, most likely a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Prior to December, it seems like they when the Page of Cups is upright, we're dealing with someone who is very much in love with you. So much so it's kind of almost like this childlike puppy love and this devotion, this love, almost like how a dog loves their owner. Like, you know, that kind of love and devotion and worship almost. Oh, that's the kind of love we see with the Page of Cups, this dedication, right? This devotion. But now it's in reverse, and it seems like this person who was once very devoted to you, once very dedicated to this love and this relationship, that ended, and we come into the month of December where things just don't work out and we see a separation. And the challenge is coming to the realization that there is a vicious cycle. You are challenged with a vicious cycle, even though, so this is saying that this is a constant problem. The moment that things seem to get better, we're back at square one. A vicious cycle. You're challenged with a vicious cycle. Someone who doesn't feel the same way anymore. And the reason why we're here is because you really feel like this person can be the one. Maybe you have children with this person. Maybe you've already built a life with this person. And that in itself, you feel like this person is the one. For a lot of you, you guys, your feelings for this person hasn't changed. Yeah, life was tough, but your feelings for this person hasn't changed. As a matter of fact, I feel like for a lot of you, you still feel the same way as how you felt when you saw this person for the first time. Whereas this other person, they're disillusioned. I'm sad. God, and I'm not even a Sag. But the thing is, what's known to be true with the Ace of Swords, I do see that you guys will move on to a next chapter. You guys will move on to the next phase. But that doesn't mean someone won't return. I do see that somebody here will return. If this is a water sign, yes, they might be quite disillusioned by the whole thing, but that doesn't mean that they are unbothered. That doesn't mean that they are unfazed. As a matter of fact, I think this whole thing has caused an emotional toll on them. I think this has caused them to feel quite emotional about this. They are depressed, they are sad, they are anxious. Hopes, fears, and or advice. For some reason, I'm seeing this as a hope. I think you're hoping that this person doesn't do well without you. You're hoping that this person isn't confident enough to leave you. Because you want to be there for them. And I feel like for a lot of you, once this person shows back up, you're going to want to be there for them. Why will this person return? I do see that even though they're going to be quite disillusioned, I do see emotional turmoil. Why will this person return? The Fool. They wanted to see what you would do. I think it was more for fun and for curiosity and more to see what you would do, what you would say. So it's more out of curiosity than really wanting you back. But again, that doesn't mean that they're completely unfazed over the separation here. And the cards did say that this is a temporary thing, because someone will return, but it doesn't mean that you won't enter a different chapter in your life. And I do feel like this person does struggle with their sense of self-esteem and their confidence as well. Alrighty, so let me go ahead and see if there's anybody here who submitted a payment. If not, then we're just going to go ahead and end this live stream. And let's go ahead and do the next sign, okay? So let me see if there's anyone who submitted a payment. No. Alrighty, so I guess there was no payment right here. So then I will see you guys in the next live stream. Take care, blessed be, namaste. And I need to check what other sign I need to do. I forgot already. See you guys later. Bye.